internationally known. I'm international club.
All right, this is the Deacon Talks Raw, and this just came across my my news feed, and we're gonna talk about it. Give me about 10 minutes. We're gonna go over this real quick because these people crazy. Didn't we warn them? I think we warned them. Really, I do. Hold on, check this out.
Crews refuse. An LGBTQ cruise through the Mediterranean making last-minute changes to their trip after being banned from ports of multiple countries.
Local 10's Aaron Mabin live in Hollywood tonight with reaction from South Florida passengers on board. Aaron.
Yeah, well, the CEO of the company that put together this cruise called it strange that they were rejected back to back because they've been to Turkey and Egypt several times, many times over the years, but this time they were turned away at sea with very few concrete answers.
Joshua New and his husband booked the Scarlet Lady cruise ship to relax and explore the Mediterranean.
We choose to go on a gay cruise because we can feel comfortable to be ourselves, right?
Instead, they're dealing with disappointment after the LGBTQ plus cruise was blocked from stopping in Egypt days after being denied entry to Turkey.
People are kind of in a lot of disbelief, angry, upset. It's grown into this big international issue.
The Virgin Voyages ship, chartered by Atlantis Events, was scheduled to stop in Istanbul before continuing through the Mediterranean. Turkish authorities refused to let it dock, citing moral standards and family values. Passengers say the decision came after plans for a party at a gay bar in Istanbul sparked backlash. Egyptian tourism officials have not said why they turned away the ship.
Effectively, they said, we don't want you here. And, for citing reasons of moral standards and family values and so the usual thing, which is weird since we've been to Turkey last year on the same ship.
Atlantis Events CEO Rich Campbell says the company has taken LGBTQ plus cruises to both Turkey and Egypt for more than 2 decades, including last year.
It's really sad that particularly, given the nature of the group, it's an LGBT group. It's a great group of travelers. We've been around for 36 years. We do 10 cruises a year all over the world, and we've never had a situation like this on one port, much less 2.
Yeah, so there was definitely disappointment and frustration, but now a lot of those passengers and the CEO, Rich Campbell, who you just heard from, they're now focused on the future. So they have rerouted. They will head to Crete on Friday and then Montenegro on Sunday. We're live in Hollywood tonight. Aaron Mabin, Local 10 News.
So they're going to Crete. You know who's buried at Crete? Take a guess. I can't hear none of y'all anyway. Zeus is buried at Crete. That's who's buried there. Okay, just to let you know. Let's start with the first one right here, Turkey. Check this out.
Well, for the second time this week, a gay cruise in the Mediterranean was denied entry. The Turkish government banned travelers from docking because of, quote, moral standards. At least 1,000 Americans are on board, including passengers from South Florida.
NBC6's Jamie Garola spoke with some of them, and he's live in Miami with more. Jamie.
Yeah, this is a very popular gay cruise. They've been doing this for decades, and some passengers on board say they have been looking forward to this for a while. It was sold as an epic summer adventure from Athens to Venice on Virgin Voyages' Scarlet Lady. It's hosted by Atlantis Events, the largest gay and lesbian vacation company in the world. Thomas Barker is from Miami. The 10-day trip was a gift to him from his husband.
And so there are thousands of men who come to the ship to celebrate and to feel free to be who we are without any fear of homophobia. Or to be able to be ourselves in a public space.
But that freedom of expression was challenged when the ship tried docking in Turkey. The government unexpectedly denied the ship entry because of what they call moral standards. Authorities posted this online. Translated in English, it says, a cruise ship chartered by a group known for behavior that does not align with the values and moral standards of our society and that had generated significant concern among various segments of the public has been canceled. It is absolutely out of the question that this group will come to our province for such an event.
I mean, I think what's really disappointing is that we spend a lot of our times as gay people really trying to find safe spaces, and going on this cruise is about as safe as it's supposed to get, right? And we were excited to go to new places and potentially experience that safe space in places like Turkey and in Egypt, where it is obviously very difficult to be a gay person in those countries.
The cruise was then rerouted to Egypt, but at the last minute, the port was also canceled without any explanation.
We thought that it would be a great opportunity for those people in those countries to also experience what it's like outside of in the rest of the world, where people can be free and be celebrated for who they are.
In a statement, Atlantis Events said in part, they hope this is an isolated incident and to return in the future. They also hope Egypt and Turkey will welcome all guests without conditions or prejudice.
I think it's definitely sort of taken a bit of the magic away, if I can explain it in that way, because it started off with such a high and everyone being so excited to be together and see people.
Now, Virgin also gave us a statement. They said that they have taken this trip before and they are also disappointed. They're also doing everything they can now to make sure that their guests have an incredible vacation. Reporting live in Miami, Jamie Garola, NBC6 News.
Yeah, okay. Listen. When we tell you that they will toss you off the tallest building, we are telling you the truth. America is the most tolerant nation on the planet. We just are. No other country, not even the UK, compares. If you're an American, you have every right to live how you want to live. We're not putting no roadblocks in front of you. Maybe some districts might say, hey, you can't be naked on the streets, but you can get a permit, but you can't do this and you can't do that. But still, you not in America. You going to Muslim countries. Check this one out. This Egypt.
There are currently 2,000 gay men stranded in the middle of the ocean on a cruise ship. This is starting to make international news. Let's discuss. An Atlantis cruise holding 2,000 men and Broadway legend Patti LuPone has been denied entry to Turkey, Egypt, and potentially some other ports. Now, I don't know if they were denied because of the gays or Patti LuPone because she's pretty obnoxious herself, but these gays have to realize you have rights here in America. I know you like to cosplay like you're oppressed and like you're victims, but now you're realizing other countries are way behind. Now, I have friends who've gone on gay cruises. They have a good time. It seems like one big circuit party, drinking and debauchery. It would not be for me. It seems like floating monkeypox. I would rather go on the Titanic because at least until they hit the iceberg, things were kind of classy. But these gays, they're in their staterooms on the ship posting videos like they're victims of some horrific hate crime. Go drink, enjoy yourselves, and don't expect other countries to have the same laws and customs we do in the United States of America. I hope it's given you some new appreciation. I'll also say, as a gay man myself, I research other countries. Only 1 in 5 countries support same-sex marriage. This is very rare. That means 80% do not. So if I'm going to travel, this is like Brittany Griner, that black lesbian basketball player. Remember when she got caught with drugs in Russia? You should have listened and known the rules and laws in Russia. This would be my idea of purgatory, okay? Being stuck on a ship in the middle of the ocean with 2,000 liberal gays and Patti LuPone. Imagine these dock workers in Egypt. They're probably working the dock in Egypt. It's a busy summer and they can just hear the faint sound of Gloria Gaynor, Donna Summer, the Village People. They can smell poppers wafting through the air. They probably said, nope, you cannot dock here. No docking, goodbye. The last thing I'll say is this. For all the gays complaining on this cruise ship, just be glad you're not in the Strait of Hormuz, okay? Emphasis on the word strait. There are worse places to be a sea vessel right now. Okay, I love you guys. Thanks for liking and following. Drop a comment. I love that we can be cheeky and have fun, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Look at here. I told the flight to turn around so I can do this for about 10 minutes. We done turned around. These people, ooh, my goodness. We are the most accepting nation in the world. That's why people come here. That's why the enemy is here. That's why they're infiltrating us right now because of that. But you know what? I got to get back on this plane because I got to go. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.
Feeling out like I made it, touch the ground, I'm shaking the pavement. Got these shows in various places, got these shorties all in my face. Telling